What's up, y'all? This is DJ Kenny Parker, DJ and producer of Boogie Down Productions / KRS-One, and today I'm here with another story. This particular story details my first encounter with the iconic MC, Jay-Z. Now, what a lot of people don't know is that Jay-Z had been on the New York hip-hop scene for quite a few years before he dropped his debut album. As a person who hung out a lot, I was fortunate enough to see Jay-Z perform with Big Daddy Kane, and I got to see him perform his own shows. Jay-Z even opened up for BDP before. I once chilled on the sideline watching Jay-Z perform, and a heckler from the crowd tried to diss Jay-Z. Jay-Z stopped the music and walked right up to the edge of the stage and got real close to this dude and proceeded to destroy him on the microphone. It was to the point where the crowd was screaming, "Oh, ah." I don't know if Jay-Z had a heckler rhyme already written waiting for somebody to step to him, but trust me when I tell you, Jay-Z murdered this kid who for some reason decided to challenge him and didn't even have a microphone on his own. Bugging. I remember thinking that day, wow, this guy actually stopped his show to address a heckler? And I remember saying to myself, yo, this Jay-Z dude is nice, because had he said those rhymes to another MC, it would have been a problem. Fast forward to 1996. I was in a record store called Rock and Soul in Midtown Manhattan, where a lot of DJs went to buy records. The place was usually full with DJs, everybody digging in the crates trying to find something new. There I was digging through the record bins when another DJ pulled up the new Jay-Z Dead President's promo single. Now this single was a little different than the singles that was in stores. This single had a little snippet of a new song that was from the upcoming Jay-Z album on the back. Dead Presidents was already out, so everybody knew Jay-Z was coming. So one of the DJs was like, yo, let's hear what this sounds like. So he puts the record on the turntable in the store, loud so everybody could hear it, and he pressed play. Immediately I heard a sample which I recognized and I liked. And then the beat dropped. All the real Jay-Z fans know how the song goes. Every DJ in the store went crazy. Yo, that is fire. And everybody bought a copy, including myself. I went home and listened to the 1-minute snippet about 10 times in a row. The song was called Politics as Usual. Fast forward to the following day, I decided to go up to D&D Studios to check out my main man, DJ Premier, of the legendary group Gang Starr. DJ Premier was working out of what they called the B room, if I recall. So I went up there, chilled out with Preem. He played me some new music. Anytime I get to hang out with DJ Premier, it's always a good time. So shout out to my man DJ Premier. I love you, dude. After a little while of hanging out, I left the B room to go down the hall to the men's room. Who did I see leaning on the wall at the entrance to the door of the C room? None other than Jay-Z. Now, I'm the type of person, if I see an artist that I like, I'm going to walk up to him, introduce myself, and tell him I like their music. So I walk up to Jay-Z leaning on the wall, and I said, "What's up, man? I'm DJ Kenny Parker from Boogie Down Productions." Jay-Z had no facial expression. He was just looking at me, deadpan. I continued. I said, yo, I was in the record store yesterday and they played a snippet of your new song, Politics as Usual, and everybody went crazy in there and bought the record. You should come out with that as a single. Jay-Z was still looking at me, deadpan with no facial expression. So now I was like, damn, did I offend, dude? Do we got beef or something? 99.9% of the time when I walk up to somebody and say, hey, I like your music, is usually all love. But this time Jay-Z was just deadpan. So at this point, I was like, let me just leave this guy alone then. So I turned to make a right, and then Jay-Z said, Nah, I got this record with Foxy Brown coming out. And then his face went deadpan again. Now, I was familiar with Foxy Brown because she had just did an appearance on LL Cool J's single, I Shot Ya. So now I'm thinking, oh, he has another song, which I hadn't heard. But I was like, man, I hope it's better than Politics as Usual, because that song is banging. So then I said, oh, okay, good luck on your project. And I turned to walk away. I wanted to go back to that B room where it was warm with my man DJ Premier, because it was real chilly over by that C room with Rockefeller. So I went back to the B room, I chilled with Preem a little while longer, and then I left. Quick side note. Before I left, I went into this lounge area that D&D had set up in the middle of the studio where anybody that was working in any of the 3 rooms could come and chill out. By this time, Jay-Z was in there with his crew watching a videotape on the VCR. The video was of a rough copy of Tupac live at the House of Blues. At this point, I didn't know how close the relationship was between Jay-Z and the Notorious B.I.G. But if anybody saw that Tupac tape at the House of Blues, y'all know that Tupac was dissing Biggie heavy on that tape. Jay-Z and his crew was watching that tape intently in the lounge area at D&D. I chilled for a second and watched some of the tape, but then I broke out because once again, Jay-Z and them wasn't saying nothing to me. Fast forward a few months later, and the new Jay-Z single, Ain't No, hit the streets of New York like a bomb. Boom, it was one of the biggest songs in the club. And the new Jay-Z album, Reasonable Doubt, hit stores. And as we all know, the rest was history. Looking back on it, Jay-Z and his team released 4 singles from that album. Dead Presidents, Ain't No, like the one I got. You Can't Knock the Hustle, and I'm Apparently, they had no intentions of making Politics as Usual a single. Maybe that's why Jay-Z was looking at me with no facial expression when I told him he should make that his new song. Anyway, based on the information I had at the time, I thought that was good advice. As we see, I was probably wrong. For all my Reasonable Doubt fans out there, somebody in the comments section, just give me a +1 and let me know that I wasn't completely crazy to think that Politics as Usual was a dope record. Anyway, that's my story. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Quick reminder before we go. My new book, My Brother's Name is Kenny, The Greatest True Hip Hop Story Ever Told, is out now. I will put the link in the description below. In this book, I detail the origins of BDP, our crazy upbringing in New York City in the 70s and 80s, and some untold hip hop stories from the golden era that nobody hasn't heard yet. So please pick it up. I think you'll enjoy it. So that's it. Please subscribe and give me a thumbs up if you like the content. I got more stories coming, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.